allow the children
it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind. Off your
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, my ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo.
Apologies about the audio. It should be back now. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Mayegun Live.
What did you say?
Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. Like it and then share it. So invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Just tell all of them that Mayegun today.
And yes, we like only you too. And yes, we like
Go protest or no go protest. That should be a personal question and a personal answer. You do not need anybody or anyone before you protest against what you think is working against you.
and yes,
But agenda will always agenda. It is ours to educate those that will become their targets, the ones they are already kind of acting or carrying out the tribal religious baiting on them, right? Share this broadcast, okay? Dangote Refinery, Dangote Refinery, Dangote Refinery. Again. Thank you very much, Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you as you are joining this session tonight. It is Mayegun. This is live for those who are watching it live. Here is the news that I kind of walking into this evening because I was already going to talk about something. What Dangote had to say today. But it's like I did not even wait for everything before I set this up. But good enough. Before I walk in, the news out there was that Dangote has now declared that Nigeria does not have 20% stake in its refinery anymore. And if you know the story behind the 20% stake in Dangote Refinery, then you will realize that the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they used this same Dangote Refinery to defraud Nigerians of billions of dollars that nobody knows where it is right now. Okay? So Dangote came out and said, Nigeria only have 7.8% stake in its refinery. And that is pretty much like crime against Nigeria. Financial crime against Nigeria. So let me give you the backstory, okay? When Dangote started building or muted the idea of building a refinery, they came up with what that would cost. And the reason why Dangote went into refinery business was because he saw the juicy opportunity of probably having a bigger part or share of that subsidy money. So he approached his business partners who now came up with to build him a refinery of that size, the one that is capable of refining 600,000 barrels of crude oil every day. It was massive. It will cost Dangote and his partners $3.5 billion. Then they reviewed. They said, no, it's going to cost them $5.4 billion. All of this way back in 2012, 2013. Then it went on and he announced around 2014 that they've secured the loan to build the refinery. European Union Bank something, plus some African investors, they were going to raise the $5 billion. So everyone kind of was okay. And the refinery was going to be delivered by 2020. APC, Egbekegbe, came in 2015. Emefiole, who was retained as the Nigerian Central Bank governor. Then fast forward to 2018, which means 2 years before the deadline that Dangote gave, that Nigeria will begin to refine our own crude oil. The story changed. This time, the investors no longer have money. The delivery date is not going to be 2020 anymore. We didn't know they were cooking how to empty Nigeria treasury. We didn't know. Then fast forward again to 2020, Corona happened, coronavirus.
So they called that, they said that was the reason it was delayed. In fact, because of the effect of coronavirus, many investors who wanted to who wanted to raise money, they could no longer raise money, so they've all backed out. So what's going to happen to Dangote Refinery now? That was when Emefiele came in. They started brandishing Dangote Refinery like the achievement of Bokwari. Not just that. Emefiele went straight into the central bank wallet and ensured that in a space of 2 years, nearly $10 billion, not naira, dollars, were ferried through the Dangote Refinery. And the idea, according to them, was the refinery must be completed and they can borrow him money to do that. At first, right, when they were looking for who was to underwrite or like a guarantor for Dangote, when he was making those European Union, European Bank agreements, that was, if you go and search the media, you will see everything online, it's there. It was the Central Bank of Nigeria who said if Dangote could not pay back the money, Nigeria will pay. So since the people could no longer fund the project, Nigeria just pick it up. Emefiele and Bokwari. Dangote got the money. But it wasn't the money. But by then, they have now, over the years, so the overall budget of completing the project now jumped to over 17 billion. They are now kind of quoting $17 billion. That's even like a story for another day, or not really relevant for now, because Dangote Refinery is a private business. Private business where people actually buy shares to fund. They have shareholders. It's a private, whatever profit Dangote Dangote businesses make, Dangote and his own shareholders will share the money. Most of them are, not most of them, anyway. So what will now happen to this refinery? Nearly $10 billion of Nigeria scarce money were ferried to this guy. And that was how APC, egbekegbe, took over the campaign of Dangote Refinery. That is why they automatically take offense if you tell them there is no refinery that is going to refine anything to sell. They call you enemy of Nigeria, but you are like, Alaye Shebina Dangote Refinery, what? Because they have used Dangote Refinery to ferry more than $9 billion in a space of 3 years, to the point that Bokwari was commissioning a no refinery as a ready refinery in May 2023, just last year. Sometimes I think Dangote himself will wake up and just be like, breaking news, Dangote Refinery will start operation by the end of this month. Dangote Refinery will begin to sell diesel by the end of December. Which December? Which year? December which year? Because APC, egbekegbe, they were paying people to keep pushing that agenda. While they were making and milking. Then last year, how did I know Nigeria put money there? I'll tell you. They told us themselves. Last year, they said they were commissioning Dangote Refinery. The second time that Bokwari will commission Dangote Refinery in 3 years. They just had to present it like it's so, They said that Nigeria will be giving Dangote Refinery crude oil. Dangote will be buying the crude oil in naira. Nothing where they don't tell us. On the refinery, milk we see. Then last year, Emefiele was at the refinery and he said that Nigeria government, all the money that Nigerian government gave to Dangote to complete the refinery, last year, Dangote had paid back 70%. Emefiele said that Dangote, whatever amount of money you think we gave him, he has paid us 70% back, even before his refinery starts work.
Meanwhile, in the year under review, Dangote, who happened to be the richest man in Africa, lost his place, lost almost half of his fortune. Inflation of Nigeria, the aftermath of a corona, cut down that same fortune they were quoting for him, 10 billion, 11 billion. He lost almost half of that. And he didn't lose them because he paid Nigeria money back. But Emefiele said he paid it back. thiefnubu came. A few months later, Emefiele was arrested. And they said, the money Emefiele said Dangote paid back, there is no record of it in Central Bank of Nigeria. But there is record that's, nearly $9 billion were moved to Dangote Refinery from the Central Bank of Nigeria by the Buhari's government. thiefnubu exposed that, not me. They came to confirm that. Then they went to Dangote head office in Lagos to go and take all of the document transactions and every document, the financial documents in his office. Or have you forgotten? Yeah, that was then. All of that, thiefnubu was just trying to work out like, where is my own? All this money cannot just disappear like that. Where is my own? So when they figured the whole thing out, they draw him back and say, Dangote is the head of Nigeria economic team or a member of the presidential economic team, the people that will revive Nigeria economy. Why billions of dollars? Emefiele said Dangote has paid back 70%. And Nigeria is using 20% of that money they gave to him as a share. They were using that to buy shares in Dangote Refinery. So that when he starts working, as Dangote is making money, Nigeria will be making money too. That was how the 20% stake, Nigeria stake in a Dangote Refinery. That was how that came to be. But Dangote has come out today to say, no, Nigeria doesn't have 20%. Now only 7.8%. And that's it. A country of 200 million people, where some crooked criminals can easily just carry out this financial crime without any consequences. In December, so when thiefnubu clear his own part, and everything is clear, everybody know him level. So the next thing was to begin the propaganda, continue the propaganda of Buhari and his gang. I don't know how many of you will remember this last year. This was on the 7th of December, 2023, when they announced that Dangote Refinery is now alive. You remember that time? Dangote Refinery received the first batch of its crude oil from Niger Delta. 600,000 barrels delivered. Another 600,000 barrels delivered. Another 600. Did you know that they gave Dangote Refinery between December and January, December 2023 and January 2024? They still managed to give him about 1.8 million barrels of crude oil. That I don't know if he has sold the crude oil, definitely not being refined in his refinery. Rather, the next stage is after they've shown us this video. See all those tank farms. They are just storage facilities. All those tanks, you see all those massive tanks, They are storage facilities, where they will store crude oil or store the finished products like kerosene, diesel, petrol, aviation fuel, gas, and all those stuff, right? So they could put that, not gas though, right? Not gas, but like that tank farm.
They displayed all of this over social media. Yeah. Thank you, God. God, you have shamed the enemy of Nigeria. Yes. Dangote Refinery is live. God has. Thank you so much, President Buhari. Thank you so much. Now, this is the way the voluntary slaves of Nigeria, those who are like wishful thinkers, you say, those who believe that wishes can actually build things. And the moment you call out their BS, they automatically call you enemies of the country while they praise the real enemies of Nigeria. The real weapons fashioned against you. Now, this is July 2024. Dangote Refinery is still talking about buying crude oil from Texas in America before his refinery can start work. Now, they are planning to buy crude oil from Brazil because Buhari and their gang, they've sold the Nigerian crude oil. They've sold the ones that they have today. They've sold the future. So the future oil prospect in Nigeria is no longer in the hands of Nigeria. So because it's no longer in the hands of Nigeria, Dangote will have to go and either negotiate with these oil producing companies, or he would have to go to Brazil or go to Texas in America to bring the crude oil. When the world over, the Brent crude, what is it called? Brent crude. The Nigerian crude oil is considered as the best in the world, if not one of the best in the world, if not the best in quality and less sulfur and all that stuff. They said they have found in crude oil all over the world. But the ones they have in Nigeria, they've sold them. They've sold everything. They've collected the money. They've looted the money. So all the lies they told you about Dangote, this Dangote, that, right? They have to cover them with more lies and more lies and more lies. So the guy came out today. I think it was this morning. And he was talking about the reason why his refinery may start work. Now, from his own mouth now, he didn't say his refinery will start work next month. He said his refinery will begin to sell petrol next month. And as we all know, it is no longer a secret that a man that was building refinery in order to stop oil importation or fuel importation to Nigeria, save Nigeria their scarce forex, foreign exchange, which is their dollars, right? The reason why he's building refinery is to reduce Nigeria's forex waste on subsidy, Isn't it ironical that the same guy has imported license to bring in petroleum products, diesel, and all that stuff into Nigeria? He has a license. He has tank farms. The place where he was supposed to be storing the refined crude that they gave to him, the tanks are empty right now. Oh, maybe not empty anymore, because you know them now. It doesn't really take them that much to bring in the finished product into Nigeria, offload them, and then go and then unload them into their tank farm and begin to now offload them again to make it look like they are produced inside that refinery. Here is Dangote Aliko.
The crude oil coming now from Sangoma in Senegal and a few other African countries like Angola. Why are you not importing crude from those countries in Africa? Why go to the US?
We'll start. We'll start. When we get there now, we'll have questions and answers. Yeah, but we'll start bringing now. We have just bought US and Brazil. So I think by next month, we'll expand the scope to most of African grades. But if you have availability in Nigeria, then we will definitely not be looking for other crudes elsewhere.
Angola, Senegal, Ghana have some crude oil.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
So within the APPO, African countries, producers, you should be patronizing African producers.
We should. Cool.
Also.
Very soon, by next month, I think because crude you have to book about 2 months in advance. So now we are already fully booked till about we bought even in September. So I think by October will now look for more of African schools. We're talking to them actually.
But you said you were ordering 11 million from
So you know they feel this fraud. What I mean, in this crude oil from Brazil, yeah, they are suggesting to him like, what about the African countries that also produce crude oil? Why not patronize them? Oh, we will. Probably was like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, we could have done that, Abby. So yeah, but we will have to book 2 months in advance. Now Dangote they are presenting it as if to say the reason why your refinery is not working or Dangote refinery is not producing right now is because there are they gave so many. They said it's because there's no availability of crude oil. Now, please correct me if I am wrong. Okay. If you have 1.8 million barrel of crude oil, and then you are planning to buy 11 million barrel of crude oil from another continent and another countries, right? Well, you currently have 1.8 million. If you start refining the 1.8 million barrel and you don't have any other more crude oil, right? Let's say you now refine the 1.8 million and you turn off the engine. Is that going to be like a problem? Like, can a refinery be turned off? Or the production is non-stop? Like, once they turn it on, you have to keep supplying it and supplying it or supplying it. And is that how it works? I don't think so, though. But please let me know. Dangote has 1.8 million barrels of crude oil that were shipped from a Warri and then what do you call it, Bayelsa. They put camera on top the vessels. 3 vessels brought in different crude oil amount of crude oil into Lagos. And we believe they offloaded them into Dangote Refinery since December. This is July. Does it make any sense for somebody to now say it's because we don't have crude oil to? So that's why I'm asking, so that I'm not going to sound stupid. Because there are some production things that you have to have enough supplies. So which means you can't turn off the engine. Is that the same with refineries? I'm just asking, is that the same? Like you don't turn off refinery once you turn it on, so that else everything could just spoil. So it doesn't make any sense. This is not, I as a person would love actually that refinery to work. So that maybe for the first time you can crack that fraud called subsidy. And in all honesty, right, it is actually one big investment that could change everything if you have a real government that is not this type of crony capitalism, these greedy criminals that could actually really utilize the operational. You have a refinery that can refine 600,000 barrels of crude oil a day. 600,000. That is the 6 million every 10 days. That is like 18 to 19 million barrels. Do you know how many liters of crude oil of diesel, petrol, kerosene, aviation fuel, and so many other things they were going to get from that? So I would love to see it work, so that at least you can, even if they have to pay themselves subsidy, it simply means that it will still be within Nigeria. If you have a real government. But should make any sense? This whole thing, when you put the OPCs together, did they make any sense to you? And these are the questions people are asking. They say something now, they say something again next month, and they say something again next month, and all of that. And we are talking about people who have spent billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. So if he's not complaining about international oil companies who he believe are monopolizing the crude oil of Nigeria. Imagine, Nigeria, the owners of Nigeria crude oil, they call them international oil companies. So Dangote came out and said they were giving him the price. Remember, they said he was going to buy the Bokwari and his gang said Dangote Refinery will be buying the crude oil in Naira. I bet Igbekegbe. Now, to buy in Naira, that means you have to make deal with the oil companies that are really extracting the crude oil. Nigeria is only collecting rent from your crude oil. You don't even extract that. So Dangote now said those are the people who are ganging up against him, that they are changing the price, making it hard for him to buy crude oil. That's why he had to go to Texas. That's why he had to go to Brazil. Now they are saying, but Brazil, Texas, they are different continents. What about Angola? This is Africa. You could patronize them. Okay. Maybe next month. Maybe next month. Because, you have to tell them 2 months ahead. You have to book 2 months ahead. Then they are planning to sell petroleum in its refinery next month. Imported petrol, imported diesel. And billions of dollars down the drain. Then they are bold enough to come out today and say, no be 20% stake you have in my refinery anymore. Now only 7.8%. And all of these are just like, okay, all right then. So if you are looking for more reasons, you know why they don't want you to protest? You know why they will politicize, tribalize, ethnicize this conversation? Because when you begin to ask questions about what they have done with your money, instead of giving you the answers, they will begin to look at you and say, are you Igbo? Say, yes, I am Igbo. I'm Nigerian. This is your question, This is your question. Ibila says because you are Igbo. Now only Igbo people, they ask this kind of question. We're asking you questions on what you're doing. And rather than give me an answer, you are more interested in where I come from. Really? And that's what will determine if you're... So are you trying to abuse? Because that's how you do. That's how you do in your region. You don't have any respect for elders. From asking you question, then telling you not to divert the attention, answer the question. Now that has now turned to, because I come from a place, we don't have respect for elders. Waiting the issue of the stolen money and the people who stole the money. What does that have to do with where I come from? Or whether we have respect or not? Because whenever you start to say, you are done, let us break up this contraption, break it up and save lives. I think I need to help us understand what we are indeed pushing and why those you kind of feels like should know better and therefore should support you are those who are strongly opposed to that's your break it up to save life. Not solely this time, right? Because when you begin to go after the people responsible for what you are going through in Nigeria, when you take off your tribal mask, when you take off your ethnic or religious mask, okay, and you have decided to now see clearly and see those responsible for whatever you are going through, economically and otherwise, honestly speaking, you'll be going after majority of those that you never believe are part of them. You will be going after your neighbors. You'll be going after some of your family members. You'll be going after your pastors. You'll be going after your imams. Then you'll be going after some, other people in your community that ordinarily you probably didn't know they are part of this rot. And that is their fear. They fear
that it is always good for you to see the criminal rogues at the top as those that are untouchable, those you can never touch. No matter how much you try, you cannot just complain, because once they turn their guns on you, you will run away. But there are those in the middle, the real enablers. Even though there is no real genuine middle class anymore, but there's still this middle level, middle ground, where some people, they are not poor, they are not rich, but in between, they are surviving through the crumbs, falling off at the table of these rogues by all means. And they are mostly the people that will tell you protest doesn't resolve anything. And the talk in Nigeria right now is, are you going to protest against this hardship or not? Are you going to demand for the end? Are you going to demand an end to a bad government in Nigeria? Well, here is what you need to know. Everyone who feels like it is the right thing to do should participate in any public disobedience. And don't let anybody teleguide you how to do that, okay? By telling you whether to be peaceful or not to be peaceful. Nobody have any right there for you. That's one. But you see, whenever people begin to, because that's what is happening now, whenever people begin to say, the Igbos have to join us, the obedient have to join us, the Yoruba say they need to join us and join us to Shekiniko. What they are leading you into is a tribal ethnic setup, a tribal ethnic agenda, and there's no amount of you they drag into it and say, we need the Yorubas, we need no. We will not be one Nigerianist, okay? The people that are mostly interested in going confrontational with their oppressors are the people who were comfortable to go into elections, okay? Get PVC, poverty validation card, in order to go and validate the illegitimacy that is now foisted on them. Now, in that bracket, you should treat yourself that way. Once you see a set of people begin to say, obedience, stay away, obedient, join us, the Igbos need to join us. Those are the people who are baiting you. They are baiting you for an unsuccessful sort of a protest. I wanted to call it revolution, but it has to start from protest and revolution, then because everything must scatter last. Don't let anybody threaten you with what will happen or what won't happen the moment the shit hit the fan. Let's put it that way. But what we have been seeing so far is that, I mean, I have seen few. Arewa started, they said they want to do end bad government in Nigeria. I said, okay. They listed all they would demand for. Brilliant. Then you see people sharing this poster. You see this flyer. There are people sharing this flyer on social media with the attachments. Only if our Igbo brothers can join us. And the Igbos should try and join us. All of us should come together and fight this bad government. Everything you see there, you turn left, right, and left, right, to center. You see them baiting the Igbos. Then on the other hand, you see some others. Igbos, don't join them. Oh. No Igbo, we join you. No Igbo, this or that. You see, both of you are playing your tribal card. You are playing your tribal ethnic bait. When a conversation says Igbos don't join, Yorubas don't join, Hausas this or that, what you are actually doing is that you are helping to cement the stereotype. Once you see anybody asking you that, we know that the Yorubas will not join, but me, I will join. We know that the Igbos will not join us. Me, I will join. Listen to me. Those conversations are not conversation coming from a place or from a good place. They are politically sponsored. And so many of you are subconsciously even talking like that. But do you know something? When you are tired, as some people are saying they are, you will not need an Igbo people to protest. You will not need the Yorubas before you protest. You will not need the Fulani or Hausa or any other person before you protest or stand up. You will not need your pastor. You will not need your imam before you hit the streets. You will not need any of these people to talk you to it, to talk you out of it, or talk you into it. Nobody should talk you into standing up if you are done. Only you, only you should sit down and think, what these guys have made your life. But if you are still one of those who are like, me, I am blessed in the name of Jesus. I am covered in the name of Jesus. I wanted to say one Larubawa there, Arabic. Zajaka, Lau, Azaka, Aira, something like that. I can't remember how they say that anymore. All of them now, when they speak in tongue and the rest of that, yeah, this message may not be for you. But anybody that says they need Igbos before they can stand up, I mean, the Igbos will not participate. Kinitiye. All of now go do your protest, so the Igbos are not interested. Who sent you? Who told you that you are speaking for the Igbos? The bottom line is this. Now, all of them, they do now tribal baiting. And it is already trending as we speak. And to some of you who are Templars here, it is my job to help you understand the type of terrain you are going to be falling into soon. The toxicity that you saw during their charade last year is cooking again. And that is why you want him as my own member of this temple. Dear Igbo brothers and sisters, don't fall prey into those who are busy doing their tribal ethnic baiting. There are some people who are coordinating and organizing social media spaces about this their protest still. They were supposed to be talking about, talk intelligently about why you think people should come together and mobilize themselves. But no, it's there. We will show them. If they try anything, we will show them that we are Igbo. We will show them that the Igbo people don't take nonsense. There are people like that. They are not Igbo, so they are not. This is where you will know that Nigeria is actually a dangerous place now. There are people paid, that every minute, every hour, unprovoked, to just start any tribal, ethnic toxicity online. Or do you think all these things are random? They are not random. Oh. It's not because some stupid people are just writing something randomly. Oh. There is serious ongoing, in order to keep this division alive, there's serious ongoing government funding, government sponsoring, ethnic, tribal, divisive rhetorics, especially on social media. Unprovoked. Well, let's discuss about Nigeria. Let's discuss how we are going to face our issues and all of that. Boom, from nowhere. One person will just start. My name is Emeka. And I'm Emeka. People call me Mekus. See, I want to say something here today. Me, I don't think we need all this small talk. We must get ready to kill these people. That our protest. We must go out and kill everybody. These people will not listen to us. They're screaming there. It is not a coincidence. A lot of you must have come across them many times. And somehow you are listening to this horrible chant and you're like, bro, why are you talking like this? Why are you talking to
You're talking in a manner to set the Igbos up. So that everybody hearing this your talk, they will kind of put their focus. I mean, it's like we are like, oh, let's talk. Oh, we want to, now this is how we are going to do it too, okay? So for example, let us articulate what we want to do, right? So we must make sure that, we have to be peaceful. We need to get this so that people are bringing ideas. Then from nowhere, one will just jump there. We, the Igbo peoples, we know we don't take nonsense. We, the Igbo people, we cannot take any rubbish. All these things that we are talking here, we need to come together and kill this person. What are you talking about? You won't see that. You won't see that individual on the detail. You will not see them all. But their job is to strike that kind of, in order to cement the idea and say, did you hear that Igbo boy that is talking yesterday? Hey, these Igbo people, it must be waiting to tell us about them. Then you see the ronukus. Okay, the Fulani, the all the farmers in Okeogun, they are suffering, and they are being kidnapped. Some of them are being killed by this Fulani. Nobody is even talking about it. What can we do as Yoruba people? And we need to come together and talk about this thing. So let's work it out. And everybody's like, maybe we should try and get the drones, or maybe we should try and support all these local vigilantes and give them this or that. Say, that's a good idea. Another person's like, I think we should, advise our farmers to poison all their grass around their farms, and any cow that eats it should die. I say, no, I don't think that's it. People are talking like that from nowhere. And now we just like, hello, Oruko Temini, so. Me, I want to say that the only solution to this problem is that we, the Yorubas, we are sleeping. We are sleeping. Look at all these things that Igbo people are doing. Insulting our leaders. Saying that they will chase our Hausas away. Telling us that they want to rule Lagos. So we need to do something. We must come together and kill all these Igbo people. Say, everything was okay, sir. They say, yes. For Yoruba land to be safe, we must make sure that no Igbo people say, we are talking about the killings in Okeogun. I know. I thought we are talking about Yoruba land generally. If we are talking about Yoruba land generally, we won't need to see Igbo in here now. We have them everywhere. And it is always them to drop all these divisive, left, right. They know you will react. Who is that person? They will insult your papa, your mama, insult your tribe, then keep mute. Who? Maybe me. You know why? When I know that the efforts to insult my papa, insult my mama, insult my ethnic nationality, insult my religion, when we are discussing the economic problems that affects everyone, anyone who does that to me is not doing it because he cares about my parents or my tribe or my religion or anything. He just wants me to stop asking the right questions. He just wants to provoke me, get me mad, so that we can leave that economic and all these problems, Abi, and we can slug it out. Now your papa you they talk to. Now your mama you they talk to. You will be say, you will be say, una no get clothes. You will be say, una they beg for food. You will be say, we, our papa be the one will be say they feed your papa. Look at this one. Look at this idiot. This one want to talk to me. You want to talk to me, a Yoruba man. Oh, you want to talk to me, a Igbo woman. Do you know who we are? Meanwhile, now everybody they suffer inside the same contraption. Everybody. So you may come for my father, come for my mom,
When I'm talking about the rogues that are ruining lives, and I will know it straight away, you are not coming for them because you care about them. You only came for them because that's how you want to get me provoked. And I can stop talking about the real thing. And I can then start talking about irrelevant things. While we were busy with that, the criminals continue. Then you and I go back to our homes in the dead of the night, staring at the ceiling, thinking about our life. When is it going to get better in this country? An example of people who kind of jump into any conversation and you think, does this one represent any reasonable tribe or ethnic nationality in Nigeria? Others will jump. This one, I think this one was jump. What they did in 2023, we must correct it. We must remove all of them. It no go dey there. But people like that are to talk like that, so that those who are preparing to launch attack and kill you for trying to ask for a good life in your country, they can use voice like this. And some of you will react to voices like this, forgetting the fact that they are just baiting you. They are baiting you to react. When you are busy reacting to this, when would you have the chance of actually coming together and going after these rogues? When? This one is disgusting. I'll share it with you first.
Government we go. We will do what Africa has not done before. We don't care about the constitution. We don't care about P2B. We don't care about Atiku. We will change the leadership, everything that is called Senate, everything that came with this government, everything that came with 2023 election, we go. Everything. If one person die in this thing, everything that came with this thing, and let me tell you, this protest is not the one we will do. After 1 week, we go. We fire to the fire. We will fire to the. You see the way we have started discussing protests now. Very soon, all spaces will be hosting. 50,000 Nigerians will be on space from all over the world. The funding will be there. The lawyers will be there. If you lock up anybody, the person will be brought out. The lawyers will be there to follow up the court. Anything you want, fire to fire, money for money, anything you want. We will fund this protest more than the elections. What you saw in 2023 is child's play to what is cooking, because this is a fight for Nigerians. It is not. In fact, let me tell you people, there is nothing like party. P2B can, as far as I'm concerned, go back to UK and continue his life, because the new...
My brother, tell P2B to start running now, so he can leave early. Tell Atiku to stay where he
go back to UK and continue his life. He has tried. You know, he has done well. He opened our eyes, no problem. But the new Nigeria we are talking about, all of them, Gaskia, all of them, we no want. We go just choose one neutral person. We never touch leadership before. We never smell politics before. Carry and put there. So what we are telling you is that we are coming with a list, and I've said it. Ebo Jigodum no now. Where my own matter is now is fuel. That first week we are starting that in. Put fuel at 100 naira first. So that we will know whether we are dealing with animals or we are dealing with idiots. We know you people are cows already. But from that first week, as you hear Pium, bring down fuel to 100 naira first. I don't care how you want to do it. I don't know about the analysis of oil in Nigeria. Nothing concerns me with that mass. If you can buy private jet for yourself, if you can do 21 billion naira house for one person, vice president, I can buy for 100 naira. I don't know where you want to bring the money from. I don't know whether it has anything to do with production. If our production will go to 3 million barrels from that first week of protests, provided fuel sells for 100 naira in this country, I don't care. If you are not able to do fuel 100 naira, that is even demand number one. If you are not able to do, because we need fuel. From that first week, we need fuel first. We need fuel. That subsidy that you removed from day one, you will return it. And not just returning subsidy. You will make fuel 100 naira. Day one protest. Fuel 100 naira. That is what everybody in the north, south, east understand. Let's even begin to buy fuel 100 naira. That way we can now see whether we are dealing with human beings. That is the way forward. So please, we must maintain that spirit of oneness. One person die, pakam. I'm not saying police you should not shoot. I'm not saying you should not deploy. But if you deploy and shoot one person, pam, gone. Everything that happened with 2023 election, everything that we did in 2023 cancel. Senate President, House of Rep, and I have said it before, our people are languishing in IDP camps. And during this protest, we might need to fund moving all IDP camp people to the National Assembly complex. That our Senate is comfortable place where some of our people in IDP camp can at least start sleeping there for now. Because we are in this fight for our brothers languishing in the bush. We need to relocate them to House of Assembly complex because the laws that are being made there, it is not for us. It has nothing to do with us. I know that we have a bunch of charlatans and a bunch of wicked individuals. Is where a bill was said, if you are in support of Senate overseeing how money is being spent in various agencies, vote yea. If you are not in support, vote nay. They voted nay. They don't want to do anything work. All they after is allowance and salary. So our people in IDP camps need a better place. And I am suggesting, please, as we are planning this protest, we should plan on how to mobilize all IDP camps all over the country, in Jos, Northeast, Northwest. We will pay their transport. Let them come. We have a National Assembly that was built and is being renovated every year with billions with our money. The money that was used to renovate those complexes is our money. And we can decide where our people who do not have homes currently, our people cannot be sleeping under waterproof in the bush. And we have senators driving cars of 200 million. We no longer need their services. We need our people to come and sleep there. And when this protest starts, when the funding starts coming in, please, funding number one, move all IDP camps to Abuja to go and sleep. To go and sleep, they need a safe place to keep their head. They have suffered enough. Since we have decided to remember ourselves now, let us also remember them who are in the bush. And when they are in that House and Senate, Nigerians will provide what they will eat. At least we have provided shelter. We would have solved shelter. What they will eat will not be a problem. We will feed them in our National Assembly complex. We will be feeding them. And if care is not taken, we will move to Aso Rock. Because if this man that have vowed that all of us will die, he has vowed, a senator said that he has locked out. When a president has decided to lock out everybody, what he's doing now is one-man squad. And that is the problem of a drug cartel. He's only interested in himself. All Nigerians can go and die. All of us can go to hell and burn to ashes. And since he has wished us death, we return that wish to him. So please, in the coming days, all you need to do, it is not time to come out yet. It is time to begin. Just spread the message. Just be a preacher.
That is called baiting.
I mean, some of you seated there, you found some solid points he was making, but the tone completely gave him up, right? The tone, even you, no matter how angry you are, the tone makes you feel what? Like, no, there must be something behind it. You are talking like, yeah, everybody, some people will say, everybody don't vex, so people don't vex. But at the same time, when people talk like that, they are not interested in making anything happen. And that is why they have so much wild imaginations. Because right there, that is a PTSD talking. Or somebody already hired a professional for that job, join their space, rile them. Why is he talking about funding? Why is he talking about the money will come from here? Definitely that person is not even in Nigeria. I mean, the way he's talking, you can tell. Who will fund it? Who will give money? Who will do this? Who will do that? And all of this stuff, right? But not because he's going to be part of it. And there are many, many like that too. There are Yoruba versions of if you hear those ones too, oh, there is even a pastor, a pastor of Redeemed Church, who once tweeted this, right? These are not Nigerians, but people from a destructive region in Nigeria that they call themselves Biafrans. They are so despicable, they cause Nigeria only civil war, and after their loss in the war, they are still everywhere looking for opportunities to destroy Nigeria. And this same set of people, like I said, there is Yoruba version. See them, young people, they are not too old though. And the flag they are holding. So we have them. When you want to talk about why people should join, and I think in one of those spaces where typical Nigerians were bragging, making mouth, couldn't really articulate why they need to do this other than they are buying cars, they are building houses for themselves, they are this or that, not really want to articulate why this needed to be done. A Kenyan participated and took the time to tell Nigerians what he observed about Nigeria and Nigerians. Then he shared their own ongoing experience. And now they have been able to change a lot. If anybody says protests don't work, it's because most of the people who are protesting don't even know why they are protesting. But in Kenya, they did know why they are protesting. Listen to this Kenyan, a young guy.
Government.
Yes, we can hear you.
Go ahead.
Am I audible, please?
Okay, thank you. Yes, you are audible.
Is everyone able to hear me? Where's the echo coming from? Okay, I'm from Kenya. I'm from Kenya, and I'd like to share a few spices with just spices we've been employing in our country, and we are managing so far to achieve some of our intended goals. The Gen Zs in Kenya, I hope you've been able to listen to the conversation, the current conversation in Kenya and the ongoing protests. What we are doing in Kenya is quite different, and I believe we're going to inspire other countries to join us in liberating our continent. If we do compare the political system in Kenya and maybe just in Africa at large and other continents, we find that we are too much behind, and we have to come together. It is our collective responsibility to reason out rationally and decide on the better way to take. It is perceived nationwide that only the political class is the richer one, but that should not be the case. How do they even get rich? They take our resources, they embezzle our funds, they overtax us to benefit themselves. Now, it should be taken as a collective responsibility and as a better initiative to rise against that. Now, here is the recipe. Number one thing, you should be united. Listening to the conversation you're having is like some of you are against the demonstrations and some want demonstrations. With that route, I don't think you'll achieve that goal. You have to be united, whether you like it or not. In Kenya, we've been using this term. It's called it is called greetings. We greet someone through thorough beating. So we don't call it beating, but greeting. It is a thorough punishment to whoever seems to be defending impunity. Why should you defend impunity? Impunity is impunity, and it is a negative thing that everyone should stand against. I've been reading on social media about Nigeria and tribalism. I don't know if it is rampant as well as corruption in your country as published on social media. But I believe that is the case. And you should all rise against that. My friend, if you want to liberate your country, you have to be united. Speak in one voice. I hope you've seen just recently, the other day, you saw our president dismissing his cabinet. But that is not over. We are not yet satisfied. We asked the Inspector General for Police to resign. Yesterday, he just wrote his resignation letter. Currently, the National Assembly, the Parliament, is in recess. So the Deputy Inspector General is just awaiting a vetting and perhaps swearing in by the National Assembly. Now, what are we going to do as a youth? Regardless of his resignation, this is what we want. We want all cabinet secretaries, and I believe right now they should be called former cabinet secretaries. We want all of them arrested, and anyone that is pegged to any corruption case. You cannot benefit yourself with our resources. These are our taxes. We are sweating to get this. Why should you embezzle our funds? We want those cabinet secretaries arrested and detained. Moving forward, we want all that they've taken from us, those resources, we want them taken back to our country so that the common mwananchi, Kenyan citizens, can be at least undertaxed. They should be given a break. We are so full of this, we are done. And on reconstitution of another cabinet, we will be vetting as the youth. We vet before the parliament because those guys are bootlickers, those parliamentarians. They'll do.
Yes, we can.
There is more. And I know a lot of people probably love to listen to him all evening. Do you see the difference? So you must, to them, they may not really understand why it is so difficult. But a lot of us really do know why it is difficult, because Kenya is not as big as Nigeria. It's not as diverse as Nigeria. And therefore, we have a legion of career criminals from everywhere, including from the religious houses too. Okay? So we're dealing with something huge here. When somebody intelligent is able to articulate why we need to do something, even those who are older than him will listen and say, oh, right. And that's how the Gen Z convinced themselves, then convinced their parents in order to take it up with the authority in their country. So they are watching Nigerians on social media, going after going after themselves in defense of the rogues who want to take your life, in case if you don't know. Is right. They are not done. They have discovered now about 11 bodies suspected to be the bodies of those killed, protesters killed by Ruto. And yesterday, from the last spot where they found the recent 5 bodies, they couldn't take it anymore. Again, some people are still even wondering that are Kenyans still protesting? They follow news. They've never really stopped. They just have days, that particular day that once they come, something must happen that week. Now they are asking Ruto to go. You heard that guy? They want all of the cabinet secretaries, like saying we want all of the ministers arrested. And anybody found with any stolen money should be tried and jailed. They have to do what we want. And you cannot do that if you are divided, he said. About these people walk, it's like walking from Ikorodu to Ijebode. Yeah, it is as that. Okay, maybe some of you don't know Ikorodu to Ijebode. It's like walking from Bega in Lagos, to Shagamu Express Junction. Yeah, you walk down the road and you make the corner and to Shagamu to show their disgust for Ruto until he will resign. So this week is going to be an interesting one, though. Yeah, yesterday in Kenya.
Tutengeneze kwaya tuimbe bwana, hatuwezi enda hivi. Tutengeneze kwaya hapa. Ruto must go. 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 Nani amewaita? Nani amewaita? Nani amewaita? Nani amewaita? Nani ameita hawa? Nani ameita? Nani ameita hawa wamejificha? Nani amewaita? Wamejifunga uso. Uwe! Nani ameita hawa?
And Tuesday is going to be another very, very loud and bloody day. And that could be the day they will be, that may be the day they will be provoked. And they will breach the house that Ruto is staying. And if things get out of hand, you may find them drag Ruto. If care is not taken, drag him into the public and beat him to stupor. I don't want to say to death. For those of you who have been following the development, you can tell too, the whole world is kind of like a crashing and crack, it's cracking and about crashing around him now. It's getting worse. So you do not need the Igbos before you can stand up and face your fear. Somebody asked Dele Farotimi, I think similar question. Why won't the Igbos participate? Why is everybody even so obsessed about Igbos participating in your protest? Like, why? If there is no agenda behind it, why are you not just calling yourself and say, everybody should kind of stand up wherever they live, Abi? Dele.
The Igbo man learned that the government has nothing for him. So he learned to survive on his own. You will rarely ever find an Igbo man applying to the civil service or looking for salary job. So the average one, even the ones I went to university with, they will go and attach themselves to somebody in the market. They will learn a trade. So they learned to do without government. They learned to discount the government completely. Which means that the Igbo man is better equipped than any other Nigerian to cope with our current circumstances, where the government has become completely useless. The Igbo man was already prepared for the uselessness of the government. So now that he is prepared for it, and everybody else have now decided to stigmatize the Igbo man, I can't blame the Igbo man for turning around and saying, it's none of my business, enjoy your government. He didn't enjoy anything from the government before. So for somebody, and I'm talking about the average Igbo man who is like me and you. I'm not talking about the Ojius or Kalus of this world or the Okorochas of this world who have always fed on the grievances of Ndi Igbo and made money by appeasement of government and then presuming to speak on behalf of. I'm not speaking to those ones. I'm speaking for the average man on the street who grew up believing that he has no portion in Nigeria, which was what fed the Biafran spirit and the demand for Biafra even 50 years after the Civil War. So I'm not speaking to the man on the street of Ala Igbo. I'm not speaking to the trader in Alaba or at Aspanda or at Ladipo. All those ones, they have always lived with the mentality of being victims of the system. So when a victim of the system is telling you, leave me out of your protest, go and deal because he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place. So if he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place, he has nothing to lose if the situation becomes the only thing that is happening now is that more victims are being recruited into the Nigerian mess. So why should he, who was always a victim, further victimize himself by joining those he believes are responsible for his victimhood? Unfortunately, it only assures the victimization of everybody. But it is now incumbent on those of us who know better to help him to understand that, yes, we understand that that was yesterday. But for us to all come out of this together, you would have to move away from that pain to now walk. Now at least everybody is now suffering. Yorubas will say that it means that until suffering is democratized, it is not possible to end it. The suffering in Nigeria has now been democratized. Long ago, I predicted that the Nigerian revolution will start in northern Nigeria. The only reason I said so at the time is because the North had always been the reason we could not find common purpose to fight the evil. But now that the person in power in the presidency is not a northerner and is at best a nominal Muslim, and the suffering has now been fully democratized, the northern street, I'm not talking about the northern elite, the northern street has no interest in forbearing and continuing to suffer. Why is it that all of a sudden everything that they tolerated during the years of Muhammadu Buhari is no longer tolerable? Have you considered that? Look, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if this mess continues, the problem that will consume this government will start in northern Nigeria. It's not going to start in the east. The Igbo man has more or less taken a position. I was always a victim. Go and solve your problem. Leave me alone in my little corner. If you lie, steal all the money in the world, you still take that money to a market to go and buy something. And who will you find in the market when you get there? You find the Igbo man there. Whether it's food you are buying, whether it's building material, whether it's car, you find the Igbo man. He's there in the market waiting for you. So he's already in a position of advantage. So why would he disadvantage himself unless you people show him a readiness for change? So that is where we are right now. It might seem like nothing is going to happen, but something will definitely happen.
Ẹ ṣe data sórí nọ́mbà tí mo pè ní sójú screen yẹn kẹ́ ẹ sì gba ògo yín lójú ẹsẹ̀ èèyàn 10. Ẹ ṣe data fún mi kẹ́ ẹ gba ògo. Ẹ ṣe data fún mi kẹ́ ẹ gba ògo yín lójú ẹsẹ̀. Nísinsìnyí lẹ gba ògo yín tẹ́ bá ṣe data tí data bá ti wọlé ẹ ó sì gba ògo yín lójú ẹsẹ̀. Adébáyọ̀. Ẹ ṣe data.
You won't need a car to travel. Sorry, I found that video somewhere and I was like, I'm going to use it. But it kind of came in, after that. Do I need to add anything to what Barrister Dele Farotimi said? It's a common sense thing, okay? A system whereby the Igbo man or the Igbos are blamed for every evil done by the ruiners of Nigeria. Igbos would have to be blamed. And that's why it's more or less like, it is not advisable for any person from the eastern part of Nigeria to carry Nigeria on your head. There's nobody you want to impress. You want to set yourself up. Stay back and watch. When you are joining them, join them because you probably believe that, protests can do something. No, don't join them and make yourself, the target in a way that, that kind of thing. I'm just saying. Because the reason is that the children of the eightful generation, the generation of civil war, genocidal war, their children and their descendants, they are here, and you should please learn from your own ancestors. At this point, Nigeria problem is not your problem that way. If we look at it that way. Or if the others are not really showing the fact that they are tired and ready to face their fear, I don't see any reason why any of you, as an Igbo person, should publicly identify with any of their protests. Don't set yourself up. Don't delude yourself and say, but Mayegun, you said we shouldn't be doing tribal. I said, don't delude yourself. I'm a Yoruba man. And I see the way Nigeria is structured, I can see anything. Okay? I can do anything. And I may get away with all of them. But you don't even have to do half of what I do or say half of what I say. You don't even have to say anything. All it takes is just for you to look Igbo. And then you will see how Nigeria have sort of developed this culture. The culture of blaming the Igbos for everything that is wrong in Nigeria. And they don't just blame the Igbos. That's where the problem is. It has grown so, the hatred has grown so deep, so politicized, that they are formulating government policies against Igbo businessmen, Igbo residents in few places in outside Igbo state in Nigeria. And they will tell you, but Igbos are doing their businesses everywhere now. They are like, of course they are, of course. Because you can easily forget how many of their shops, how many of their businesses you've actually witnessed them. The criminals gave one excuse or the other and burned down. I mean, are you going to deny that? The bottom line is this. Anybody that is luring you or trying to tribalize the conversation around their protests, stay away from them, please. Just that, I can't really tell people what to do anyway. So I found this guy. He's actually so hilarious, right? So this guy was on TikTok, okay? And he was asking that people should just send it.
Ẹ ṣe data sórí nọ́mbà tí mo pin sójú screen yẹn kẹ́ ẹ sì gba ògo yín lójú ẹsẹ̀ èèyàn mẹ́wàá. Ẹ ṣe data fún mi kẹ́ ẹ gba ògo.
That there are so many of them on social media now too, okay? They're like, give me money and let me bless you. You get that? Do you want to make money? Do you want to make money in your life? It's not a comedy. It's not comedy. Glory. You need to quickly give me. I think me not format. But all of them here go just laugh. Go work. Like using that format. Oh yeah, coffee for me, can go. Buy me a cup of coffee, and collect glory. Now. The number is on your screen. Oh yeah, buy me coffee and I'll give you glory. What do you want to be? Mayegu, I want to be a millionaire. Oh yeah, buy me $5 coffee. Well, I've become a millionaire. Say, Mayegu. You, what do you want to be? Don't worry about me. Yeah, I'm just gifting. I'm gifting you. Before I close this program.
Ẹ ṣe data sórí nọ́mbà tí mo pin sójú screen yẹn kẹ́ ẹ sì gba ògo yín lójú ẹsẹ̀ èèyàn mẹ́wàá. Ẹ ṣe data fún mi kẹ́ ẹ gba ògo. Ẹ ṣe data fún mi kẹ́ ẹ gba ògo yín lójú ẹsẹ̀. Nísinsìnyí lẹ gba ògo yín tẹ́ bá ṣe data tí data bá ti wọlé ẹ ó sì gba ògo yín lójú ẹsẹ̀. Adébáyọ̀.
But he sent the coffee for me. Let's say, you mean, wow, I just want to bless 10 people. 10. I need 10 people. 10 people. It's crazy, isn't it? It's also funny. I saw that earlier and I was like, I'm going to share that. Now, let's leave, I could talk about this here protest forever, right? But let's just leave that for now, okay? And let's go sit down. So here is the NDLEA at their airports that found a concealed drug in the footwear, like shoes.
What is that safer? Turn the safest normal. Turn the safest normal so that I can see the view is safer. Then open it. Where its height is being concealed. Okay, conceal the made the body, the hole inside the safer. And install cocaine. Please open the second one, sir. Just open this one.
Open it, not this one.
Open this one. Open this one.
It was well.
Oh yeah, we're doing it. Just push it hard to tear it. It's no longer important. Yes. okay, conceal the major body, the hole inside the safe house. And it's not okay.
Continue.
Codeine inside tramadol inside custard, cocaine inside slippers. They said that package was a UK bound package. Imagine somebody telling me that they are sending me new shoes or something like that from Nigeria, and I do not know if they have a cocaine hidden in them, and the police come to my door. Or more, hey. Somebody said that, well, they will know. They should know. But, you probably will know your friend, the kind of people around you who can help you package drugs. Like kilo degon, shogun layen. You go abroad. You see they receive a drug from Nigeria to come and sell there. But I'm sure who they do you? Anyway, maybe it's just me, shall, because now if you want codeine, if you want tramadol, if you want other sort of other tougher drugs, you have them here in the UK. You have them in all over this place, right? Why should anybody? Same thing when I heard that they have this smoke in Nigeria, Canadian loud, and I actually thought it was just a name. They said, well, they kind of bring them, most of them now from Canada, different loud and all of that stuff. It's like Igbo, Ikiti, all this Igbo we be say de Ondo, Okitipupa, Igbo, Okitipupa, Amamo Igbo Berry, all this kind of Igbo within Nigeria. So now one would come from Canada. Then I've seen people who went to the airport and they got arrested because they were receiving the imported Canadian loud. And when you talk about loud, that should be noise, right? I don't think there are many countries with this so much loud locomotive trains anymore. Nigeria, one of them, actually separated itself when it was too tired dragging its, its part or its carriages. What do you call that thing again? Kochi Sabi. Somewhere at Akobo, Ojuri in Ibadan. If they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, they didn't explain it better.
Koyako debe. Sebi muto yi. Koyako debe. Kò débẹ̀ sá. Ẹni tó ní mọ́tò yẹn ló ti pa á. No, mọ́tò yẹn ò sẹ́ni. Tó bá yẹ kó sẹ́ni. Ẹ nà ó. Mọ́tò yẹn ò sẹ́ni. Tó bá yẹ kó sẹ́ni. Ó ní bàjẹ́ láti mú ìlú lọ síbẹ̀. Bọ̀ ẹ tó ń pàṣẹ mọ́tò yẹn ti mọ̀ wípé kò lè débẹ̀. Yóò kàn jẹ mú ẹ lọ ní. Jẹ mú ẹ báyìí. Ọkàn ẹni yẹn kò lè balẹ̀. Ó ga o. Wọ́n ti calculate measurement yẹn bad. Ìjẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀ sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ náà. Mo rò pé wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ rárá ni. mélòó báyìí? Kọ̀ǹténà mélòó? Torí pé ó débi wọn náà ló jẹ́ kó slow down. Ó ti já o. Ó ti já o. Ó ti wá di fíìmù bá. Ó ti já o. Ariwo àwọn èèyàn gan ràn lọ́wọ́. Ó dẹ̀ kù díẹ̀ kó kọjá. Kò yẹ kó débẹ̀.
But no casualty. All it will take is just for the train to reverse slowly, and they can join it again, and it can continue dragging it to wherever it is scheduled to be, right? So Prince Jeje Man's video for his Prince Jeje Man's new music, right? He's made a video for that, and he sent a copy to us here. You should go watch that, but I'll share that with us now, right? And you can possibly even go download that on your own phone. Prince Jeje Man, our own Jeje Man. Yeah.
Buhari say bye-bye, Zarurana, Ibaka Gonkwa Hoho, Osoga, Ngwere Abiagoro Gugwa, Egbe, Kidnapper President, Buhari, Kidnapper President, Buhari, Obi Kidnapper President, Buhari, Kidnapper President, Buhari, Mr. Balog, Buhari, Kidnapper say Baba, Buhari, Egbe de Bumadio. President Buhari. When Buhari enter, Buhari bojoshi ole, Buhari ole oh parawo. Egbe de bumadi yo Buhari yo. Okay, now for Marodiko Buhari yo, kidnapper President Buhari. London police na bagare chogare Buhari mano weri feneme o Kidnapper President Buhari Kaneku Chai Buhari buro hamadike Nande Kano Ojoba Osa Babago run Buhari running fire on the mountain, Kenya, Nigeria, run. Come to your koto, Buhari, also prove your case, Buhari, also come to your koto, no, run. Boom boom kama, Buhari, also no evidence, Buhari, also boom boom kama, no, run. Kidnapper President Buhari, Kidnapper President Buhari, Obi Kidnapper President Buhari, Kidnapper President Buhari, Mr. Balog Buhari, Kidnapper say Baba Buhari, Egbe de Bumadio, Kidnapper President Buhari. When Buhari enter, don't enter. Go do it there for Zamfara, na Zamfara get Buhari, President Buhari. Oil and gas for Niger Delta, Doko for pipeline ninja, na Nigeria get Buhari, President Buhari. One Nigeria, monkey the walk, baboon the shop, you bagger. You feel say you get sense, monkey, you need to beggar. You kidnap for Hamadike, not the Kano. Oyama, Osa Babago, run. Buhari running, fire on the mountain, Kenya, Nigeria, run. Come to your photo, Buhari. Also, prove your case, Buhari. Also, come to your photo. No, no, oh yeah, boom boom kama, Buhari. Also, no evidence, Buhari. Also, boom boom kama, no, kidnapper president, Buhari. Kidnapper president, Buhari. Obi kidnapper president, Buhari. Kidnapper president, Buhari. Mr. Ballot, Buhari. Say Baba, Buhari. Egbe de Bumadio, Kidnapper president, Buhari. When Buhari enter, don't enter. Chobara bebe, Chobana Buhari,
no more peaceful protests again now, because peaceful protests know they work. Yes, peaceful protests, you know they work. More turn out to one man, more enter so scatter everywhere. More shook.
That's right. So thank you so much, everyone. And you are welcome to the new week. So may this week be a blessing to everyone, okay? And it shall not be your last. I just kind of feel like I should pray for you, right? Because we are going to have to go now, okay? Thank you so much for your time with me this evening. I will see you tomorrow. As usual, I'll see you before noon or the brunch time with Mayegu. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun Diary, Diary politico. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.